iDriveSoCal is brought to you by the very best auto retailers from across Southern California. When it's time for you to buy or even just kick the tires on the idea of buying, just go to iDriveSoCal.com and click on dealers. iDriveSoCal.com, click on dealers, and get connected. Now, on with the podcast.
This is considered one of the premier shows in Southern California and definitely the biggest show in the San Gabriel Valley. It is the successor to the Los Angeles Concours d'Elegance, which was held at Brookside Golf Course adjacent to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. These cars, they're easily valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions.
Welcome to iDriveSoCal, the podcast all about mobility from the automotive capital of the United States, Southern California. Tom Smith here with the professor, Mr. Clinton Kwan. Say hello, Clinton.
Hi, Tom.
Hello, hello. Thank you for coming back yet again, my friend. Today's topic is, it's actually our third installment of the second weekend of the Professor's Awesome Auto Show June. Dun, 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 dun. Last time I didn't actually put a sound effect in there. I just kept my dumb sound effect that I make verbally. Maybe we'll do that again. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Was that a pretty good one? I don't know.
I think that was better.
All right. Yeah, thanks. So at any rate, this was the San Marino Motor Classic, and it's the 8th annual. And being the San Marino Motor Classic, I guess they have that down where, in Marina del Rey?
This is at Lacey Park in San Marino.
Take it away, Professor. Tell us all about it.
Well, this is considered one of the premier shows in Southern California and definitely the biggest show in the San Gabriel Valley. It is the successor to the Los Angeles Concours d'Elegance, which was held at Brookside Golf Course adjacent to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. And as you mentioned, this is the 8th year for the event.
But okay, so hold on. The Los Angeles Concours d'Elegance. Did we cover that?
Well, that show doesn't take place anymore.
Okay. This takes that place. Okay, got it. Got it. As you said,
it's the successor. So that show ran for about, I think it was about five years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a short run for one of those, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. But now this San Marino Motor Classic is not a concourse.
It is a concourse.
It is.
It just has a different name. They don't use the traditional Concours d'Elegance name.
Okay.
But it is definitely a concourse level type event.
Okay.
There's about 40 different classes of vehicles in this for this event.
Got it.
And that's a lot. And about 15 specialty awards on top of that.
Okay. And just scrolled through the pictures, which will be on iDriveSoCal.com. So check out this podcast post on iDriveSoCal.com. You'll be able to see the pictures. Clinton and I are going to talk about some of the vehicles, but as always, a wildly impressive display of automotive artistry on wheels, history on wheels, and cash in the form of huge value on wheels as well.
Yes, these cars, they're easily valued at hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions, I'm sure.
And so tell us about what we're going to post, some of those vehicles, some of the highlights of those particular whips, as they say.
Well,
do they call them whips at the Concours d'Elegance? And in the whip category, we have the 1942. Okay, sorry.
Well, I'm a huge fan of Ferrari, so as soon as I saw the Ferraris, that's where I took a number of photos. And pretty much all types of Ferraris were on display, from classic Ferraris to modern Ferraris, including the Ferrari F12 TDF, which is a really limited edition supercar. But yeah, pretty much all types of vehicles, including Testarossa, F355, 360, 458, Yeah.
Okay.
So
At this point, you're just rattling off numbers. I don't know really exactly what you're talking about, and I don't know how many people out there are actually going to know either. But
they also had some really cool Lamborghinis, including Adam Carolla's two of his vehicles as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know Adam Carolla was in the game.
Yeah.
I knew he was a car fan, but I didn't know that he
Yeah.
was at the level of.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
He's a big car enthusiast as well. So
And I knew that. I knew he was an enthusiast. He actually has a podcast, a bunch of podcasts, I think. I'm not exactly sure what he's up to, but I didn't know that he was, I guess, in the rarefied air of having concourse level vehicles. That's impressive. Way to go, Adam.
Impressive.
Nice.
And a lot of people here in Southern California who go to car shows, especially where there's a big Ferrari showing, they're familiar with David Lee. He's a big Ferrari collector, so he had a number of his.
Not David Lee Roth from Van Halen.
No,
5150, right?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
different David Lee.
Completely
big Ferrari guy, though.
Big Ferrari guy. In fact, there was an article in the LA Times about him. That's how big of a Ferrari collector he is. I think he had probably 7 or 8 Ferraris on display.
Okay.
Just his Ferraris alone at the show.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's quite a collection of Ferraris. And there was one that was a Dino that he just recently worked on. He stuffed this bigger engine in the car. And I know it was on one of the websites recently, maybe Motor Authority, where Jay Leno got to check out his car. I think you can drive his Ferrari as well. It's a black Dino. And Dino, for those who don't know, that's Enzo's son. So Enzo Ferrari
that's cool.
Named the car after his son.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't work out so well for Edsel.
No.
That's folks, that's Ford Motor Company, the Edsel. Actually, Edsel was Henry Ford's son, who started a vehicle called the Edsel.
Yes.
Which was ahead of its time and was fantastic.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I'm going to tie in my wife's stomach cancer organization. Edsel Ford died of stomach cancer.
Mm.
And my wife's stomach cancer organization, Hope for Stomach Cancer, is doing fantastic. I hope none of you listening ever needs the patient advocacy organization that my wife and I started. But should you or someone that you know need, hopeforstomachcancer.org or STOCAN, which is short for Stomach Cancer Awareness Network.org. Either way, you can find resources. Okay, end of plug there. Back to the Ferraris. One of the things I want to jump back just a minute. You said that David Lee has 7 or 8 different Ferraris. You believe around 7 or 8. Now, obviously,
no, just on display.
Yeah,
he's got 7 a lot more.
Right.
Yeah,
many more cars, but 7 or 8 on display. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around the whole Concours d'Elegance thing. So a gentleman like David Lee, obviously quite wealthy, sounds like, brings 7 or 8 Ferraris. He's not going to drive 7 or 8 Ferraris to this show. So you gotta.
I'm sure they're all transported.
So you put them on a truck.
Yeah.
To get your hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars worth of vehicles to display here. Is there any financial benefit to him doing that? That's just a cost, right? I mean, it's just a passion thing. He's that passionate that I'm going to take my millions of dollars worth of cars. I'm going to spend probably a couple $1,000s to have them meticulously hauled from my point of storage to this show.
Yeah.
Show them. And then bring them back.
Yes, that's correct.
That's just all sheer passion.
And pretty much a lot of the owners do that.
That's a very common thing.
A lot of transporters parked all around the neighborhood or in parking lots nearby.
Yeah, that's something, man.
Yeah.
That's something.
These are serious car collectors, and not only from Southern California. In fact, a friend of mine, she saw some were from other states as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've covered a few Concours d'Elegance now. Is it a Concours or Concourse?
I believe it is pronounced Concours d'Elegance.
Concours d'Elegance.
Yeah. Competition of elegance.
Competition. Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Right. Did you say that the La Jolla?
That's my favorite one.
Okay. That's your favorite one?
Yeah. Favorite one in Southern California.
Okay. But then overall, Rev Auto, which is a show that we covered in a podcast last week.
Yeah.
That's not a Concours, but
It's not a Concours.
But-
It's not a judged event. A Concours d'Elegance is a judged event.
is a judged event. Okay.
Yeah, and there's different classes of vehicles.
And every Concours has different classes, right? They don't have to have all the same classes, or
They
do
all
they
have different classes.
So where does the San Marino Motor Classic, easy for me to say, San Marino Motor Classic, where does that fall in your kind of
It's
top
definitely-
list of Concours?
It's definitely in the top 5.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I would say La Jolla Concours d'Elegance, the Palos Verdes Concours d'Elegance, San Marino Motor Classic, the Rodeo Drive Concours d'Elegance.
Okay.
Those are all my
But
top 5.
to be clear, we're still on the professional. Man, I'm having a great time with pronunciation today. You know what? My son, 8 months old,
Yeah.
kept us up. Like, I've basically been up since 2:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I love my boy. I love him. I love him to death. But he likes a nightlife baby. So, what did I just mispronounce? Oh, the San Marino Motor Classic. So that was the 8th annual.
Yes.
But to be clear, this is the 3rd installment, 2nd week of the Professor's Awesome Auto Show June. And we have a couple podcasts left of that. Therefore, a couple of weeks left of that. But what are the next ones we're going to be covering on that?
We're going to be covering
You have one this Saturday, right?
the Rodeo Drive Concours d'Elegance.
Oh, so that's on Sunday.
That's on, yes, it's always
Because
on
all
Father's
Concours
Day.
are on Sundays.
Yes,
Okay.
all Concours are always on Sundays,
And the Beverly Hills one is always on Father's Day.
and it's always on Father's Day.
Okay.
And this year is very special because it's the 25th anniversary, so it's the silver anniversary. And from what I understand, all the cars on display for the show will be silver.
Okay. Silver.
Yes.
And they can't be gray. The manufacturer can't have called that color gray that year. Otherwise, they are not qualified. I'm being
Yeah, I'm assuming. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Shut up, Tom. Okay. So then, what's the next one after that?
Well, there's also the
We're talking Professor's Awesome Auto Show
the
June.
Highway Earth Auto Show. That's also in Beverly Hills the following Sunday.
Oh, so the next 2 Sundays in a row, the professor will be in Beverly Hills.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to attend the last
You
one.
have to. It's the Professor's Awesome Auto Show June. How come? Sorry, folks. We promoted this Professor's Awesome Auto Show in June, but he can't make the last one. So whatever.
I've attended quite a few shows this month.
Okay,
Well, we're also going to Auto Enthusiast Day.
that's right. We are going to
Yeah.
Auto Enthusiast Day, folks. That is. Let's mention that real quick. We got a minute.
That will be Saturday, June 30th,
Saturday, June 30th.
the last Saturday of the month.
Okay,
And that will take place at Angel Stadium in Anaheim. And
Okay.
that is a free event.
and that is a free. Okay, and so back to the San Marino Motor Classic Concours d'Elegance. What's the ticket for that?
It's $25 in advance or $30 at the door.
Okay, so that's reasonable.
Yes.
So that was the 8th annual that we just covered.
Yeah.
Bunch of cool cars, lots of old stuff. I particularly liked the Gull Wings, the Mercedes
the
Gull Wings.
are just beautiful. They probably had about 6 Gull Wings on display there. Or I shouldn't say 6 Gull Wings. About 6 300 SLs. And
A couple convertibles, right?
yeah, so probably I think 4 of them were Gull Wings. 4 or 5 of them were Gull Wings.
Nice.
Yeah, at least one or 2 convertibles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to wrap this podcast up on the San Marino Motor Classic, which is part of the Professor's Awesome Auto Show June, I love to compliment the professor on his costumes that he wears to these shows from time to time. And the professor and Professor Junior, or his assistant professor, associate professor. How would we like to refer to your son?
We can call him the associate.
The associate professor. The professor and the associate professor have very appropriately themed attire. I won't call it a costume, attire. You guys look great.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom.
Okay. Thank you for another great analysis of a great Southern California automotive event. Professor, as always, for iDriveSoCal, I'm Tom Smith. Thank you for listening. Hey there. Still wanting more iDrive SoCal content? Just go to iDriveSoCal.com. From there, you can subscribe to our podcast and newsletter. And you can connect with one of our awesome car dealer partners to get yourself a sweet new high-tech wonder on wheels. And oh yeah, we always want to hear from you. So please connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. Or if you're not a big social media-ite, you can email us suggestions for stories, people, places, or events you think we should cover. Here's the address: media@iDriveSoCal.com. That's media, MEDIA, at the letter I, drive, DRIVE, SoCal, SOCAL.com. Media@iDriveSoCal.com. Thanks again for listening, and definitely reach out with whatever's on your mind.